The reason why me and other survivors are out here sharing these stories is because we've tried talking to the district attorneys who are corrupt, the police chiefs who are corrupt, not the officers, the attorney generals, the governors, the judicial conduct commissions, the bar associations, the guardian ad litem offices. It all is part of these gothel paths and this gotheling, and what they do is they do the worst and worst things to try and hide the worst and worst things they do. Solutions that could be put in place so easy are not, and it's contributing to these horrors. You need to know that if you have a relative or someone who died or committed suicide, and they said that they had $200,000 in legal fees and attorney's fees, and that's where all the money went, and the surviving kids were left homeless and hungry. What really happened is that when that person committed suicide, they didn't have $200,000 in legal fees. They probably only should have had maybe $5,000, but to help cause their death, the attorneys told them they had $20,000, and then after the person committed suicide, the attorneys turned that $20,000 into $200,000 and took it all. So I know this is hitting social media hard in ways. I've reported this. I've tried reporting it to the FBI, even the Secret Service, every office from the top to the bottom, and no one looks, or no one even wants to talk about it. And that seems to indicate only one thing. One indication of how and why this is happening is that there seems to be a group out there who believes that a couple different things, that either they are some sort of bloodline of Jesus Christ, that Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene had children and they are this bloodline, and that by being that bloodline they are entitled to do whatever they want to other people, which is an insane twist, as if other people deserve it. Then there's also another idea out there that people believe that Mary Magdalene was a gothelpath. Other people call a sociopath, a psychopath, a narcissist, or whatever. And that Mary Magdalene manipulated a nice man named Jesus into doing what he did. Either way, there seems to be these faulty ideas out there in why people come up with this dark altruism to do the horrific things they do. Again, these tactics are not taught in universities. They are horrific, and they are not taught for a reason, because they are used against people in many ways. And whether it's been called sociopathic, psychopathic, Machiavellianism, the dark triad, or whatever, I call it gotheling. That's a metaphor I saw from the story by the Brothers Grimm in the story of Rapunzel, where Mother Gothel locked Rapunzel up in an imaginary tower of lies and then pulled on the strings of Rapunzel's hair to make sure Rapunzel was still in the tower. So that's why I call what they do gotheling. And the people who do this aren't sociopaths, they're not psychopaths, they're not narcissists. They're gothelpaths. And it's because they have been deceived by this horrific funnel, these dark tactics. And rather than pursuing awareness and intervention and advocacy and healing, they, for one reason or another, became gothopaths themselves and started doing worse and worse things to hide the worse and worse things that they do. So that's why all this, it's not just about conquering this corruption, but it's about conquering what makes these people, what made these people become gothopaths, whether it's in the court system, politics, whatever, wherever. So check out that guide. It is a work in progress, but with this knowledge that we have, that survivors have and more have, and are putting it all together, we are conquering this from coast to coast, especially here in Utah, which seems to be the tip of the spear. But as a reminder, there are horrific stories, whether it is Maine, Virginia, Florida, Montana, Oregon, every state in the nation, where these horrific things are happening. Courts are using children as bait and as shields. They are using parents as pawns, and instigating one parent to do horrific things towards the other parent for this darker scheme of extortion and adding tens and thousands of dollars to a person's bill if they can cause their death. So remember, don't allow yourself to be provoked, and we're going to continue to conquer this corruption and what has gripped the nation from coast to coast for more than 2 decades, and that is causing this corruption in so many ways. Remember, when you know your enemy better than your enemy knows itself, you no longer have an enemy, you have opportunity. And remember that the future is bright with all of this as we expose these imposters and conquer all this. Thanks, and have a great day.